Hello everyone and welcome to episode 63 of my Guild Wars 2 Let's Play series where we are back. And when I say we are back, I mean we are back, where the last 3 episodes have been releasing about once every couple of months, and I am now currently planning on returning to this Let's Play series somewhat full time, where I'll probably be releasing one every couple of weeks. So basically I'll be releasing one this week, and then next week I will not be, and then the week after I will be releasing a Guild Wars 2 video, and then back and forth, except for whenever I start a new Let's Play series, I'll probably release 2 episodes in that series before releasing another Guild Wars 2 one, so it'll be like a little bit of a longer break whenever I start another Let's Play series. But basically, yeah, for the most part we are back. And I don't know why I did that. I'm going to be completely honest. Where we can be transformed into a mole here, and let's go ahead and collect some buried treasure, because we are in Sparkfly Fen, where we are basically continuing where we left off last episode, where we began exploring this map, and we are at 54% of the map completed. And I'm going to go ahead and continue progressing through the map today, doing a bunch of different things, completing some different tasks and getting other map completion objectives, and just leveling up on our journey towards level 80 on this character and on some other characters, as well as we are progressing through Guild Wars 2. But basically, since it's been a while since I released an episode, and since I'm kind of returning to this series, I want to go ahead and kind of just quickly go over my goals for this series, where basically the main things that I want to do is to get 100% map completion in every single map, and then I also want to complete every single story step. So basically we're just exploring the entirety of the Guild Wars 2 story, and also just getting map completion along the way as we go through each of these areas. Where of course I will do some other things along the way, like the dungeons I've been doing, and I'll do some jumping puzzles and some world bosses. But for the most part, the 2 things that I am fully focusing on doing is map completion as well as story completion, and then everything else is just kind of like bonus stuff that I won't be doing every single thing in Guild Wars 2, because of course Guild Wars 2 is a lot of things. Oh, there's a giant jungle worm here that just came out of the rock that I blew up, so let's go ahead and blow him up as well. And we are almost done with this task. I need another bomb, and let's go blow up another rock. Just pull all these skelk together, and then we can just AoE them down as I like to do. And the bomb blew up the rock. I think another worm's about to pop out, so let's just go ahead, swim off this way, because I see a point of interest down here. And let's take a look at our map, where we have a scout right there. So maybe let's go talk to the scout really quickly, actually, before I get that point of interest, and then we can go ahead and continue into the rest of Sparkfly Fen, where there are some Zephyrite kite baskets, which are a part of the Festival of the Four Winds, which I will not be interacting with this year in this series.
I'm concerned the crate will take advantage of the confusion created by the undead. Make sure they're not up to anything funny, will you?
So this scout is leading us to a couple of different locations, a level 60 area and a level 65 area, where I don't really remember having scouts showing 2 different areas like this, which is kind of interesting. But let's go ahead and grab this point of interest, and then let's swim down here, where we can go ahead and do this task and then move this way, where we are a little lower level than we should be for these areas, so it might be a little challenging, but I believe in our ability to progress through the map, where there's the wreck of the Argent Warrior, and I'm just going to leave that there. However, this is an underwater area, and we are level 57 fighting some level 60s, so I might end up struggling here a little bit, so hopefully we'll be fine. And this is a level 64 crate, which is kind of inconvenient for us, not gonna lie. And there are some other crate attacking us as well. Hopefully we can kill this one. And it didn't even give us task progress, but we killed an enemy that was 7 levels higher than us, so I'm gonna call it a win. I guess I could try to focus on getting quag and eggs, since we don't deal too much DPS to these enemies right now, and that may be able to help us out with completing this task a little bit. Rare. There's another level 64 there. And I can try to break these crate necks as well. There's also chum buckets. That did something. I think we just interacted with it and it gave us some task progress, which is good. I just dodged an attack and leveled up to level 58, which is nice. So let's go ahead, get our level up reward, and these enemies should be a little bit easier for us now. Let's go ahead, maybe free this quaggan, and then let's go turn in our eggs and see how much task progress we get. Hello, Limula. I always love quaggan names, they're always so fun. Here are some eggs. Oh, we're just below. Let's go free this quaggan over here, and this might do it for us. So, there we go. And I popped some defenses, and let's go ahead and swim out this way, where I do have the scout over here, but I do know there is a vista right over here, so I'm going to go ahead and come this way where we have this crate structure over here, and we have a really cool area over there that we will be exploring in a little bit, since it is a level 65 area, and I think we should probably become a little bit stronger before we do that. But we have a vista and a point of interest, and then a waypoint, and then a scout, so let's go ahead and do just that. Where I think this vista is relatively easy, and I see a chest, which probably won't have too many good things in it, but let's go ahead and open it up anyways. And we got a honed softwood war horn, so at least it's something. But let's go ahead, come up this way, jump up here a little bit, and then let's take a look at this vista. We got something weird going on over there, so maybe let's investigate a little bit as we dive down into here, and we need to swim down a little bit further to get to that point of interest. And let's go ahead, come this way, check our map again, and where we have a waypoint and a scout here. So that's, oh, I'm like swimming into the bottom of the ocean there. So let's see what that structure thing was. It kind of looked like a crate or like a risen structure, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't really remember. Where we have, there's multiple of them. They're like some sort of tower, and that one's gone now. So this must be like part of some event or something, and it's like kind of bugging out right now. But we got the Brulunu waypoint, so we can now return here if we want to. And then we have a Lardin over here, which looks like a Savari that we can chat with and learn more about the areas ahead of us.
This area is dangerous, and we need to carve our way through it to push back the undead. Here at Drygrounds Village, we have these walls protecting us, but even the monsters living in the swamps get past them. Help secure our encampments, or we'll end up even more dead than the Orions.
So these are a bunch of tasks that we can do in the immediate future. So let's go ahead and run up this way where we can help the Savari, where there are a ton of Savari camps in this map, and it's kind of just fun to be interacting with them. And we have some wild hunt valiants here that we can go ahead and help out. So let's go fight this brute, and then maybe try to resurrect this ranger here and see how much progress that does for us. So that did a little bit for us. We have some sand piles on the beach here. Let's go ahead and dig them out, and then I think there's going to be risen rotmouths here that we fight, or something like that. Looks like nothing. Let's go ahead. Let's dig up this sand pile over here, and I see a risen thrall. Oh, there's a risen thrall there too. And there's a ton of risen down that way. We're getting kind of far away from the task area, which if we don't complete the task with like this group of enemies, I might go ahead and actually run to the north a little bit, because there are a few different map completion objectives that we can get over this way. And yeah, we're going to have to return here for just a moment, and I see a champion risen juggernaut right there. And let's go ahead, sneak past them where we have this hero challenge and a point of interest right here. So please don't kill me. Let's go ahead, swim down here where we have this ancient shark Pistrix. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce that, Pistrix. Let's go ahead and commune with this hero challenge. We can go ahead and gain a hero point, and then I see that point of interest right over there, and then let's go back out into the bay. I love these ruins here, and we have this Orion runestone, and this is the Shrine of Ushar, which is kind of interesting. I don't think we know too much about this Ushar character, but I'm about to get dismounted, so I'm just going to do it there, and then I'll go ahead and get back on my mount. And let's go ahead and come out this way because we have this point of interest right next to this hero challenge. So this will be able to allow us to complete this part of Sparkfly Fen that I kind of ran past, and we can go ahead, return down here, and complete this task. Where I think we got everything else like along this line, right? So, oh, we even got this point of interest down here. So we can go ahead and just continue along the different tasks that we got from that scout. Where we have these ruins here that are pretty cool looking, and we have this Orion tome right here, or tomb. So let's go ahead and commune with this place of power. Hopefully we don't get attacked. And it looks like we got the hero challenge. So let's go ahead and maybe just a waypoint back this way. I feel like it's a little safer just to come here. I wish this might be a waypoint that we will be returning to again in the future. But let's go ahead, swim back up here, and let's go ahead and complete that task. A sand pile, and then potentially a risen popping up. Nope. Okay, just make me look bad there then. There we go. We have completed this task. Let's go ahead and finish off the risen brute, and then let's go ahead and get back up onto shore where we can see a bunch of these wild hunt valiants around here. And let's go ahead and explore this area, where I guess there is an event here that we could do if we wanted to, but I'm going to ignore that. Where we have some nice sunbeams right here, and we have this little bit of a veil, which there's a chest right there, but I think I might ignore this chest because there is a very scary looking veteran risen plague bearer that I'm just going to completely ignore, and there are a lot of risen in here. Let's go ahead, just keep running past them, where we do have this hero challenge here. Let's just go ahead, back up here a little bit. I think we're fine. Let's go ahead and interact with this hero challenge, and this might be a little difficult for us. So we have, oh no, okay. We have 3 different risen here. Let's go ahead and fight them, try to deal as much damage as possible. I'll go ahead and just swap between my weapons. Looks like the 2 crewmates are now dead, and we can go ahead and just focus down at this treasure hunter, which looks like this treasure hunting group met an untimely demise. Just heal up a little bit there, and we have some stuff coming off a cooldown, so we can go ahead and just cast them again. Gilbert slain, and we have leveled up to level 59, and that was the 6 out of 6 hero challenges in this map. And let's go ahead, pick this, and I think I'll go ahead and equip that because it seems like it is an upgrade. And I now need to go to the next Savari camp, which is just over this way. So let's grab this waypoint, and then we can come over here, grab that waypoint, and do that task. A bunch of jungle worms, and of course Sparkfly Fen. Like the rest of the map, there are a ton of swamps around here, and I'm enjoying like all the different ruins around here. What is this place? I don't remember this ruin. This must be part of some sort of story step that I don't remember. But this is a very, very cool looking. I love the look of this place. Oh, this is like so cinematic. I don't really remember this area. Wow. And I've done map completion like 10 times. This map may be even more than that, but that's cool. Let's go ahead, continue this way. I always love coming across places that I just either don't remember or I have not seen before, and either way it's just a lot of fun. Where there's a champion risen juggernaut again. Let's get into the safety of this area, where we are on the Genoto Dead Grounds at this point of interest, and we have a task around here. So let's go ahead and help out this area and work our way towards this waypoint. I love this plant right here and how you run through it and moves, but it's just really cool looking. And as someone who loves the Savari, I just love areas like this with like a larger Savari presence, and we have like these Savari buildings that are like grown out of plants and whatnot at Dry Ground Village. I think an aspect of Sparkfly Fen that I really appreciate is how it's kind of transitioning into one of the biggest areas of the original release of Guild Wars 2, and that is the Ruins of Ore, where this is a spot that we will be learning a lot more about soon, but it is like a very ancient area that has a ton of risen, and we are starting to see some different ruins around this area of the world, and we're starting to see more and more risen and more powerful risen on top of that. So it's kind of just like our advance into Ore that we are going through right now, which we will be getting into Ore proper in several episodes from now. couple of scale right here, and then we need to kill one more, so let's go ahead and attack this one, DPS him down, and then we can move on, where this task took a little bit longer than the other ones, so I was kind of starting to get a little snoozy there, but I always enjoy playing some Guild Wars 2 and kind of just like sitting back, wrapping myself up in a blanket, and kind of just doing some map completion. But we have a new task area here where there are some Nightmare Court. Wish we saw some Nightmare Court in this area pretty recently in the last episode, but we have a new group of them here, and we are halfway to level 60, so we're getting pretty close to that. And I was trying to find another Nightmare Court. I don't know why I hesitated so much. Let's go ahead and just kill some more strikes around here, and we can kill some different pests around Brackwater Village. Where I guess we could run over here really quickly, where we have a new area that we can explore, Dark Weather Rise, and we can see that there's a waypoint over here that we can grab, as well as a point of interest, where this point of interest is a very special one because it leads to a jumping puzzle. But I don't think I'm going to do that jumping puzzle just yet, and I'll probably return in some future episode and do that jumping puzzle as well. But we have a little bit of an Inquest lab right here, so let's go ahead, just get to this point of interest, turn around, and we will return to Inquest Hex Foundry G14 in the future, where there's also a waypoint right over here. Let's try to get it. There's a lot of terrain in our way. But if we come over here really quickly, we can see that there's a map portal right there, and that map portal is leading to a map that we have not yet explored, correct? And then we also have a map portal over here that leads to a different map, which is also a map that we have not yet explored, and is the first map in the Ruins of Ur. So we are like right on the edge of this continent right over here, which we will be getting to in the future. But let's go ahead, grab this waypoint, and continue this task here. I'm just holding on to some Savari supplies that I found, and I think I can turn it in here. There we go. And that gives us a lot of progress. So let's go ahead, come back out here where I saw some more supplies somewhere over here and over there. So let's go ahead and turn these in because this seems to be good for us. Quinida takes some more supplies, and I think if we can find one more, we will be able to complete this task. Or we could just kill a bunch of trolls, because I don't see any. Oh, there's one. Let's go ahead and sneak this way. Oh, there's a bunch right there. But I just really like the looks of this area, with like this kind of like swampy area, and we got some torches around here and some fallen trees and whatnot. So let's go ahead, return to the safety of this Savari camp right here, and we can go ahead and complete this task, and we need to go ahead and chat with the scout. Okay, we need to go kill another troll. And we need to kill another troll. And there we go. Now we can go ahead and come over here and talk to this scout, where we are very, very close to level 60. So by the end of the next task, we should hit level 60, but we are about to enter an area that is already 5 levels higher than us, which is kind of scary.
The undead just keep coming. There has to be something you can do to slow them down.
Let's go ahead and go over that way so we can go ahead and try to do something to slow them down. So we have a waypoint over here that I believe we can get as well. But let's go ahead and navigate around all of these Skelk. Wish there are also a ton of Risen around here. Wish these Risen, are they gonna give me some task progress? That might be nice. Let's go ahead and just DPS them down really quickly. And there's a lot of enemies here. Let's see. And they do indeed give me some task progress, which is nice because the main part of the task is actually in that canyon area over there. So let's go ahead and head that way, kill this brute really quickly. And there's a corrupted tree actually, so I guess there are just some spots around here that you can interact with in order to progress the task. So that's kind of nice. I guess I'll go ahead and get these trees really quickly. And we discovered Chokavine Gorge. And oh, there's another one over here. These trees give a lot of task progress. That's kind of cool. Get this, and I just see another one, so I'm just going to keep going for them. And we're almost done with this task. Wow. But let's go ahead and grab this waypoint right here, where this is Carebriar, and we have a very, very cool area here that I like a lot. Let's go ahead and climb up here, a little bit of a watchtower, and jump down here into this canyon area. And we can go ahead and begin fighting our way through this canyon, lighting some of these plant lights right here. And we can leave this area behind us here, and we can go ahead and enter the Splintered Coast, which is the final area here in Sparkfly Fen. Here, let's go ahead and kill this Risen Brute really quickly, which is 5 levels higher than us, so they're definitely dealing a little bit of damage to us, but we should be fine. Go ahead, light this, and then let's light the one over here as well. And hopefully, nope, we're gonna need one more, but that person kind of distracted all the Risen. So maybe we can destroy that corrupted tree, and we have completed this task. And we're so close to level 60. I thought for sure we would reach it by now. But let's go ahead and come over here into the Splintered Coast, where there are a ton of players here, because this area is an area for a world boss, which we will be interacting with this world boss soon. But we just leveled up to level 60, and we still have a few different things around here that we can do. So let's go ahead and help out with this task, perhaps, where we are definitely a little low level right here. There's some level 67 mobs, so they are 7 levels higher than us. But we can go ahead and just help out as best as we can. Maybe let's go range here, and we can go ahead and just hit them from afar. We'll just go ahead and get our level 60 level up towards, where we can learn more about world versus world. And we have unlocked the next dungeon in Guild Wars 2, Sorrow's Embrace, and we have unlocked Personal Story Chapter 6. So level 60 is definitely a big one. But let's go ahead, just stay in the open world for now, and we will be going into Chapter 6 of the Personal Story in a couple of episodes. I can just continue helping with this event perhaps as we make progress on this task. But the giant world boss in this area is probably the most popular world boss in the game, and it is the most played world boss in the game, and we will be able to do it in 12 minutes. So let's go ahead and try to wrap everything else up that we have to do in this area, which we're about to complete this task, and that world boss will be able to let us complete the task as well, so we don't really have to worry about this task at all, because there are just a bunch of people around here, and we will be able to complete this no matter what. Let's just go ahead and run in here really quickly, where we can go ahead and explore the United Arcanist Lab, which is the 19th of 20 points of interest in this map. So I feel like we missed one somewhere, and let's go ahead and just hang out here for a couple minutes and continue completing this event. Which I guess maybe I should take a moment to do the thing for this task, where we can go ahead and pick up this experimental weapon, which will allow us to cast like a fireball at these Risen here, and then we can also use an ice spray ability, and then we have an arc lightning ability, and then we have an arcane beam ability, and then an eject coolant ability, which I think will just destroy our gun. So let's go ahead and just use this a little bit against the last of the Risen here. This brave soul over here is fighting a ton of Risen by themselves, so let's go ahead and help them out as a bunch of other allies come over here and help us as well. Let's go ahead and use this eject coolant, which is just doing a lot of something right there, and we have completed this task, so we are almost done with this. And I guess I just dealt a ton of damage, but now we are down, so let's go ahead and kill this crate. There we go, back up. And now that we have completed this task and have almost completed this event, we have only a couple of things left to complete in this map in order to get 100% map completion, which we need 1 point of interest and 1 vista, which I see the vista and I see the point of interest. We have another group of Risen coming in right here. We can go ahead and help out as best we can, and that is our 100th crate kill, which is kind of cool. So we have successfully completed this event, so let's go ahead and make our way over here, where we have a vista that's up on this mountain, I believe, and I'm trying to remember how to get up here, and I think it's over this way. So let's go ahead, ignore that crate trying to attack us there, and let's climb up this way, where from here, I think we can just climb up right there. Is that how you... Yeah, I think that's how you do it. I think you can just jump up right there, and let's go ahead and take a look at this vista. Very cool looking right there. But now we only have one piece of map completion left to get in this map, and it is all the way over here. So let's go ahead and run past these Risen and these rot mouths right here, where there are a ton of rot mouths, and there are a ton of Vigil soldiers here, and a ton of players. Where the point of interest, I think I would pass it right here, is at this Vigil Mega Laser that is not currently there, but we have explored the fabled Dejanor, or however you pronounce that, and we have successfully completed Sparkfly Fen, which if we read our mail, we can see great work in Sparkfly Fen by the Terran Explorer Society. Greetings, Authis of Lomhurst. Word has reached me about your accomplishments in Sparkfly Fen. You're proving yourself a brave and resourceful ally. Please take care as you continue your travels. The world gets progressively more dangerous by the moment. Your work is keeping us all a little safer. May you continue to fare well. Terran Explorer Society. But we have now completed all the different map completion objectives in this map, and we do have this jumping puzzle over here that I will be returning to in the future. But I want to go ahead and close out this episode by doing this world boss, which this world boss will spawn just after midnight being Pacific time, and it is currently 11:53 p.m. so we'll have to wait like 7 to 8 minutes for this road boss to spawn. And let's go ahead and just hang out for a moment and clean out my inventory, and then we can begin looking at this. But I have cleaned up my inventory a little bit, and it is closer to midnight now, so let's go ahead and begin preparing to fight this road boss, where there are indeed a ton of allies around here, including a bunch of allies on mounts, which is fun. And this is kind of just a really cool area to be during this road boss, because so many people flock here, because this is indeed the most popular road boss in Guild Wars 2 as far as like player count per day goes for fighting this road boss, just because fighting this road boss is pretty rewarding. I feel like I've said road boss many times now in the last minute, but it is also like a relatively fun road boss, but it is one that I've done so many times in my life to the point where it's like kind of dull to me now. But I think from like a very fresh perspective, it is super cool, and I'm excited to play it here in this Let's Play series and to kind of show it off. But let's go ahead and come over here where we can see that there are some buffs that allies have put down for us. So there are banners where we can go ahead and interact with this banner to get some different boosts, to get more gold and more magic find and more experience and whatnot. And then we have the spirit banner here, which increases our karma gain, magic find, and gold from kills by 10%. And then normally we see some allies putting some food down on the ground for us to eat, so if I see that, I'll go ahead and eat some of that food. But I just love this entire area, and this entire area is basically like a battleground in order to fight this road boss, which this road boss is about to spawn. So let's go ahead, sit back, and enjoy the opening to this event.
Ready yourselves! Tequatl is here! Back to the turrets, now!
And here we go, where the road boss has spawned. And I think there was actually a bug, because a really cool aspect of this road boss is how we have these ruins here, which has like a tower and stuff, and Tequatl destroys the tower, but it looks like it was bugged there, which is very unfortunate. But we have Tequatl the Sunless, which is a massive undead risen dragon road boss, so we can go ahead and fight. Who doesn't love an undead dragon boss? So let's go ahead and just try to deal as much damage as possible. Where basically this road boss has multiple different aspects to the fight, but the biggest one here we can see is hardened scales, where Tequatl's scales harden over time. At 20 stacks he becomes invulnerable, and we can see that the scales are going up over time, but they can be removed by these different turrets, where we have different people on these turrets and some people defending the turrets, and basically they just have to launch specific abilities at Tequatl the Sunless in order to remove his hardened scales so that we can deal damage. Where basically we only have 15 minutes of time when Tequatl is here in order to fight him, so we can go ahead and just do our best to get him down in that time. But in modern day Guild Wars 2, we we don't really have any issues with destroying him. Where Tequatl used to be one of the hardest world bosses in the game, which to go back even further, with the original release of Guild Wars 2, Tequatl is a world boss that was here, and he was kind of just like a basic undead dragon that you just fought. But in 2013, I believe was the year, during Living World Season 1, Tequatl got overhauled to become what he is today, where we face him right here at 75% health, and he leaped away there, and we have this very, very fun animation where he flies off in that direction, and every 25% he flies away, and we go ahead and go further over here where we have the Vigil Mega Laser and 3 different batteries, where we need to be able to defend all the batteries around here and the Mega Laser in order to charge a blast that will basically knock Tequatl out of the sky and will knock him down to the ground, where we can go ahead and deal a ton of damage to him and he will be stunned, where basically we have a lot of time just to be able to get him to the next phase of the fight, which is going to be 50% health, where if we don't get him down to 50% health before he gets back up, he will go ahead and start fighting us again, and we will have to deal even more damage to him as he is less vulnerable when he is up. But with how this fight is nowadays, and it's pretty much always been like this, I think, you can basically phase him before he gets back up, which there he goes flying by. So that opening to the fight where we just had a bunch of people kind of spread out around him, dealing a ton of damage to him over time, and it took a little bit of time to get him to 75% health, is mostly just the end of that part of the fight. For the rest of this fight, where it's going to be pretty straightforward from here on out, where we're going to go ahead and defend the Mega Lasers and the batteries, and then run back in to basically bonk Tequatl on the head for a couple of seconds before running back out again. Where the Mega Laser is charged in 7 seconds, so let's go ahead and run this way, and we might level up from this event, I'm not entirely sure, but we will see Tequatl coming down here soon enough, where we did indeed level up. But let's go ahead and wait for Tequatl to start flying in, where he will be blasted by this massive Mega Laser, which I actually think is a little bugged, but I'm not entirely sure, where we can see he got hit right there. I don't think we saw the Mega Laser, so there's that bug that I was talking about. So 2 bugs so far this fight, maybe not the best showing, but the Mega Laser did do 5% of his health, and we can go ahead and just get him all the way back down to 50% of his health, where we are about to see the same exact thing again, where he is going to fly off, and we can go ahead and defend these different areas, but perhaps let's go out a little bit further this time. Which maybe I'll just come here really quickly so we can get a nice view of him taking off there and flying into the sky. And I just love all the little details to this fight, with how like he flies in and destroys a structure, and then he like flies away. But let's go ahead and come over here where we see these bounce pads here, and let's go ahead and take this bounce pad to the western battery, and we can go ahead and defend this battery here. So we got some fingers there, and then we should have some risen popping up soon, and we leveled up to level 61, so let's go ahead and get our level up reward there, which we might hit 62 by the end of this meta event, which is fun. Also got this chest here, which is our 1000 point achievement reward chest, so I'll go ahead and just hold that for later. Let's just go ahead and help out over here. And the Mega Laser will be charged in 18 seconds, so let's go ahead and start making our way back towards where we fight Tequatl, because the battery won't be destroyed in 10 seconds. So we can get here, and then we can mount up to just run the rest of the way over here, where there are some bloated creepers that might be problematic for us because they just deal a ton of damage, and a lot of people like to troll this by basically knocking them onto the group, and then somebody knocked them out there, which is very, very nice. But let's go ahead and fight Tequatl again as he slams down into the ground, and we can go ahead and get into the last phase of this fight. 28, 27, 26, and 25. So there is our last phase beginning, or I guess you could count this as like 2 more phases, because we have like the defending and then we have 1 more fighting, which is technically 2 phases. But let's go ahead and come over here towards the northern battery. Since we defended the western and the eastern battery, we can go ahead and defend the northern one as well, which there is an achievement to defend all 3 batteries, which is kind of like a plus, but I don't really care too much about that specific achievement. And there are just a ton of Risen that are attacking all the different batteries and the Mega Lasers, so you need to make sure your team spreads out to all 4 in order to successfully defend each of them. Let's go ahead and kill this squadron over here. And I really like how Tequatl kind of flies around during this phase and will like randomly attack like one of the batteries or whatever, and add some like pressure towards the people defending. So we can see defend the eastern battery where he just like flew past right there, and I think like launched a couple of risen to attack any of our allies over there. Secure the northern battery, and there goes Tequatl, which I guess he doesn't really do too much except for this like AoE field he threw down on the ground as he flew over. But let's go ahead, come back towards the Mega Laser here, and let's go ahead and get into position to be able to defeat Tequatl, because this is the last burn phase of this fight, and after we deal enough damage to him, this world boss will be dead. So we defended the Mega Laser and the batteries in the east, west, and north. So let's go ahead, wait for him to come down one last time before we can finish this fight. Where there he goes. And he'll get hit by the Mega Laser, which is not showing the laser. And let's go ahead and DPS him down, which this will be really, really, really quick. And I guess he didn't take 5% damage that time, but let's go ahead and just finish him off. Which this is Tequatl the Sunless, probably the most popular world boss in all of Guild Wars 2, and a relatively fun one at that, where we got a lot of different achievements, and we can see Tequatl's death animation here, which is really cool, as he basically like causes a massive splashdown in the water, and he begins sinking right off the coast of Sparkfly Fen, which I think is just a really, really fun animation, and I love it a lot. But my mouse has been really buggy the last few days. But let's go ahead, loot this, and we got a carved bone spoon, which is really fun. And we also got a Tequatl tail piece. But let's go ahead and get all of these different items around here that we got from different achievements, where we got our 1000 point achievement reward. And I might go ahead and just pick the top one because I don't care too much, but we can look at it in just a moment. And we got these event rewards right here. So that is Tequatl the Sunless. You have some of his tailbone right here, and then we also have this cool world boss chest for having killed him, where we got a ton of stuff in our inventory. Let's just take a look at this recurve bow. So click preview and just look at that skin. It's pretty cool. But we can go ahead and look at this carved bone spoon, which is part of a spoon collection, which if we come into our achievements, oh, that was our first Zine. Oh, I had no idea. Basically, as we complete different achievements, we can unlock some special skins as we do that. So the next one will be at 2,000 achievement points. So I guess that was like kind of a big moment because that's the first one we've unlocked. But we unlocked this recurve bow that we can go ahead and use on one of our characters. But I like the look of this set, but I never really use it. But let's come into our general tab here, where we can look at world bosses somewhere right there. And we can see that had to burn fire the Mega Laser at Tequatl the Sunless. And Tequatl, because he was overhauled, has his own achievement category where we defeated him, and then we defeated Tequatl without getting hit by a vortex attack, which I guess is cool. And then we did power play, defend the eastern, northern, and western vigil batteries, and kill Tequatl during a single encounter. Flawless defense, fight Tequatl without allowing any of the Hylek turrets to be destroyed, and fire the Mega Laser at full strength, where we can also not get caught in any bloated creeper explosives or explosions, so I guess we failed that. And we can dodge his tail sweep, find the sunken treasure, which is basically to be pulled into a portal down into the grave over there, and then use a Hylek turret, and then successfully jump over the shockwave 10 times, which I guess we didn't do that. I thought I did, but I got a lot of loot here, so let's go ahead and try to clean up my inventory once again, where this is already off to a bad start. We've unlocked a few new skins that are just basic armor skins that you get at this level for the different like professions that you can play as. Let's go ahead, open this large achievement box, where we got a box of fun and a few different items here, like these mystic stone conduits and some boosters and some stuff important for World vs. World, and some more karma, which is nice. Oh, now after the event we can see what this area looks like right here, which I really like the look of this area, and like all these different runes right here. But we have this fun spy right there, which is just really cool looking. And I think with that, I'm going to go ahead and call this episode good here, where I hope you all enjoyed playing Guild Wars 2 with me today, and I am now officially back to playing a lot more Guild Wars 2 in this Let's Play series, so expect episodes at a more frequency. But I hope you all are taking good care of yourselves, and remember, as always, to drink some water, check your posture, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time in the world of Tyria. Goodbye.